Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be an updated video of my top 10 all-time favorite maps for Farming Simulator 22. These maps are all for all platforms, so no matter whether you're on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, you can play on every single one of these. Some of these are the same as the ones mentioned on my previous video, and some are new. Matter of fact, I think most of them are new. I have not done a series on each of these maps, at least not yet, but I have done quite a few series on most of these maps. But after looking at them, touring them, and some of them playing on them for at least a little bit, I've selected them as my favorites for different reasons. I also have a couple of honorable mentions I will list at the very end. If you want to see more of any of these maps, I have a link in the description to my map tour for each one of these, as well as links to the maps themselves on ModHub. Also, these maps are in no particular order. It's not like number 1 is the best and 10 is the worst or anything like that. These are just the 10 that I came up with. This just happens to be the order. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have Hinterland, and also I should note with this one as well that while you see all of these maps or I talk about them, you will see them up on your screen, and I will note which map you are looking at. So anyhow, about Hinterland, this is a wonderful map by Omatana that gives you a mix of pre-built structures as well as build your own kind of areas on the map. It has a starting farm if you want to go that route and kind of build up from there. Otherwise, with all the wide open landscapes, you can build a custom farm and a custom world for that matter on this map. Also, be sure to check out Omatana's English channel, where she reviews her mods, does Let's Plays, tutorials, and also guides you through how she does her mapping, or at least shows you how she does her mapping and the process that she goes through. Her English channel is called Gamer Granny Tana, and I'll leave that link down below in the description for you guys as well. For number 2, I kind of chose 2 maps. In my first top 10, I chose Michigan Farms, but the same author, Taylor Farms, also created Franken Mo, which is what I'm going to have to go with for this position, and is another amazing classic American-style map. This map I have not personally played a lot on. I have played on Michigan Farms, but I have heard only good things about it, and it is perfect for you to set up an American playthrough on. And if it is anything like Michigan Farms, which I know it is, then this is a very nice map to play on, and you guys will be very happy playing on it. For number 3, I have the White Farm map to show you by KA77E or Callie. I have done a playthrough in FS19 on one of KA77E's maps, and I loved the map. In my last top 10, I chose Fruling by KA77E, but now went with the White Farm. The reason for that is the White Farm is an American-style map, which I tend to prefer over other styles of maps anyways. I just like to play on American maps. What can I say? I'm an American. It just kind of is what it is. Regardless, KA77E makes smaller, high-quality, detailed maps, and currently has 6 out on the ModHub for FS22 alone. So make sure you go check them out. They're honestly really well done. I don't even like to play on a lot of small maps, but I really like these, and especially the White Farm is really well done. So again, make sure you guys check it out. For number 4, I am cheating the system again. I have Split Mountain Ranch here, which is by Silver Eagle and the Shanty Boys, but the Shanty Boys, I just like some of their maps, and so yeah, the Shanty Boys are great guys, and they make great maps. Just what can I say about them? In my last top 10, I chose Blackwater Bottoms by Matt and the Shanty Boys, which, by the way, I'm currently doing my pig series on right now. But it is hard for me to choose between Blackwater Bottoms and Split Mountain Ranch as one to go in the top 10, so I kind of had to mention both. But this time, I decided just to go with Split Mountain Ranch because, well, I did Blackwater Bottoms the last time. They're uniquely styled maps, and honestly, they really aren't like anything else that you're going to see out on the ModHub for FS22. So again, make sure you check both these maps out. These guys are great, and they do great work. Next up, for number 5, is the map Frontier. Of course, this one had to make it in there. I did a series on it. This is by Zero Weedo, and when it came out, it brought such a unique style and take on the game itself. In essence, this brought the player into a future almost post-apocalyptic world. The map essentially has 3 regions on it. One that is a city with factories and buildings and kind of all that sort of stuff. The second is a farming region where you can do all your farming with forests, and it actually has some mines on it where you can mine iron and stone and such like that. And thirdly, it has a barren desert wasteland where there are just a bunch of oil pumps on it, crude oil pumps, so you can do that. This map added a ton of new productions, new features, and new ways to play the game. And again, like I said, I did do a series on this called my Industrial Giant series, where I built a manufacturing empire on this map, and it was so much fun. For number 6, I could not help but choose Evergreen Valley. This map actually came out recently. It's like Frontier, and it is by Zero Weedo as well, and adds to the game and how you can play it. Essentially, this map has a huge mining district along the other features that we are used to seeing in a map. So feel free to start a mining empire on this, a forestry business, a massive farm, or an industrial company. Again, it's such a versatile map, and even though the mines are absolutely huge, they don't dominate the whole map like some mining maps you'll see out there, so it kind of gives you the ability to do what you want. This has all the added productions that we saw in Frontier and more. It has new ones on here as well. I've not played on this map yet, but we'll be doing at least a short series on it in the near future, hopefully. Moving on to number 7, I chose Colin Farm. I know I have a lot of American maps on this list, and that makes sense because they're my favorite style of maps, and I just like to play on them, but I can't ignore the tremendous quality that Oxygen David puts into his maps, and it is especially prevalent on Colin Farm. This is a beautiful, highly detailed UK-based map, and I loved playing on it and did do a series on it actually years ago now when FS22 first came out. And again, this was one of my first series I ever did on FS22, and continues to be one of my favorite maps just with how beautiful it is and how well done it is. So, well done, Oxygen David. Love this map. Number 8 is a map we have not had in the past on a previous version of the game called American Falls. This is by another well-known map maker and modder, Lancey Boy. Lancey Boy learned a lot from working with Oxygen David, and it shows. Because of that, you see a tremendous amount of detail and beauty in Lancey Boy's maps. This is another amazing American map that is absolutely worth your time. It has a ton of great detail on it and a really good feel to it. This is one that I just haven't had the time to do a playthrough on it yet. I don't know if I'll get the time or not, but honestly, it looks really well done, and I really want to do a playthrough on it. Moving on to number 9, we have Griffin, Indiana. This is a map by AJ Farmer, and I did one of my all-time favorite series on this map when I was playing on FS19. This is such an amazing map and has probably one of my favorite town areas ever that I've seen on a map. It truly feels like you are in a small Midwest town in America. If you need a good map to play on, no matter where you are from or how you like to play, this map will not disappoint you. I haven't done a series or done anything on it in FS22, but all I can tell you is that from the FS19 version to the FS22 version, it's only gotten better, and you guys will love it. And of course, for number 10, I had to mention a map by Alien Jim. In my first top 10 maps, I mentioned No Man's Land, which is, for me, one of my all-time favorite maps in Farming Simulator ever. But I wanted to include Western Wilds, another Alien Jim map, into my top 10, so I actually chose that for number 10. It is similar to No Man's Land in terms of the pioneering build-it-yourself style, but it has some really cool added features, like gold production, for example, and that I think have made it a lot of people, or I think that has made it a lot of people choose it over No Man's Land, particularly. I look forward to seeing Western Wilds in the future on the next Farming Simulator, but no matter what, No Man's Land will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you, Alien Jim, for all the fantastic work you do for this community. Now let's take a look at a couple of honorable mentions I have for you guys. So first up, we have Alma, Missouri by Celebuki. A lot of people love this map and really enjoy playing on it. It was a tough call not to have this one as part of the top 10, and I think this is only because I have not played on this map, at least not yet. If I had, I'm sure it would have been a shoo-in into the top 10. But if you want to see an amazing playthrough on this map, be sure to check out Mr. Silly P, as he does great videos and has an amazing playthrough on Alma, and is a great personal friend and a great friend of the channel. So again, make sure you go check him out. And moving past that, my other honorable mention is Mars the Mission. Now, this is a map that, well, it's by Farmer Bob, and I know a lot of people were not very excited about this when it came out, but I absolutely love the idea and concept of it. Yes, it is not what you would think of when you think of Farming Simulator, but this map gives the people that want to the ability to play the game a new way and a different way, which I think is awesome. So regardless of whether you think it's good or bad, it does add, for those that want it, a really cool way to play the game and a new added challenge on a kind of completely different environment than we've seen on any other map. And that's why, again, I wanted to mention it in this video. Anyhow, that is what I have for you all today. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button up on your screen, and be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you all for coming and for watching, and stay tuned for future top 10 videos.